Hey guys, this is going to be an OK Naturals shea butter review. If you saw my last video on shea butter, it was about the Plant Guru shea butter. This is OK Naturals, another brand. OK Naturals also makes other products, including mango butter. I will leave links down below to not only their store, but their shea butter as well, at least the shea butter I purchased. They do have other variants and types of shea butter as well. So this is the yellow shea butter, and you can find this again on Amazon and maybe other places. I'm not really sure. You might be able to find this also in stores. Their shea butter seems to range anywhere from between $6 and $10. There may be higher prices depending on what you purchase, but for the most part, it's about $6, I'd say, for OK Naturals. So I'm going to show you guys the jar. You can see the jar sort of kind of looks similar to Plant Guru, but not exactly. It's a smaller jar. It's only 13 ounces versus almost 3 pounds. So you can see it's a different jar. I'm going to open it up and you guys will see the butter inside as well. This is what the actual shea butter looks like. You can see how yellow it is. It's almost like a yellow powder, but it's not powdery in the sense of what you're thinking. You might be thinking, oh, it's a powder that's going to fall out of the jar. It's actually not, as you guys can see, because I'm holding the jar almost upside down and it's not falling out. It's more like a doughy kind of powdery texture. So that might be a little bit annoying to some people, but I think it's cool. It's silky. It goes on nice. And excuse if you see anything else in my hand. I'm right now using a hand warmer to keep my hands and palms warm so we can use the butter. So that's one thing I will say is you will want to keep your hands warm, whether via a hand warmer, hand warming gloves, a fire, that kind of thing. Keep your hands warm so the butter will be able to be used properly when you go to apply it. Okay, so that is done and my hands are warm, at least to the degree that I need them to be. I'm going to take a little bit. Again, you can use a spatula, you can use your finger if your hands are clean. And I'm just going to put it on my hands like this. You guys can see my palms. So I'm just taking it and applying it to my palm. You guys can see it's a very small amount. You don't need that much. And then just kind of smear it around and put it all over my hand, my fingers. And you guys can see it just goes right into my palm. You guys can't even see it, right? See, it literally just disappeared. There's nothing there. You really can't see. I have like a medium to darkish skin tone, so I don't really notice it on my skin. If you have a lighter skin tone, however, the yellow color may actually make you look very, very white. So you may want to not use this if you're super light skinned. But I do not see it on my skin tone, at least with my limited vision. I don't notice it. My vision is very poor though, so I don't notice it. I've never had comments that it's been on my skin. But yeah, if you're very fair skinned, this might not be a good shea butter for you. So things to note about this shea butter. It's very silky. It is a little bit greasy, so you may want to avoid it. If you are someone who hates greasy textures, it's just slightly greasy. It's nothing crazy, just slightly. And it also is very hard to the touch when in the jar. Is this shea butter meltable? Yes, this is meltable. I've seen reviews on Amazon saying that people have melted it successfully and they have been able to get it to a softer, smoother consistency. So it is possible to melt it and make it less grainy and less hard. However, I don't mind the hardness. I actually like shea butter the way it is, raw and unprocessed, meaning unmelted, and so I don't mind that. If it is a concern to you, however, and you do not like that it's hard and really stiff to use, then go ahead and melt it. There are articles and even YouTube videos on how to melt and whip shea butter if that's what you really want to do. All in all, I'd say this is a good shea butter. I would rate it a 4 out of 5 only because of the hardness. I do like it though, and I think this is a great butter to get if you are interested in a raw, unprocessed shea butter. All of the impurities have been filtered out, it looks like, at least for the most part. The only graininess you may feel is from it not melting properly during transport. So that's the only thing to look out for, but there are no husks in there. There's no sediment bits in there, nothing of that. There's no plant fibers. everything seems to be filtered out, so that may be a good thing. Its moisturization is great. I'd rate that a 5 out of 5 stars. Its silkiness is a 5 out of 5 stars. I'd say it's very silky. Not to the point where it's too silky. I have felt silkier shea butters, but this is just fine. It goes on nicely and I don't feel like I'm overwhelmed by the silky texture. And yes, I am one who sometimes has a texture phobia and doesn't like certain textures. So this actually is fine for me. Anyways, you guys, this is my review of the OK Naturals Shea Butter. If you have any questions, do let me know down below and I will be sure to try and answer them as soon as possible. I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.